I'd like to conclude the semester by going back to something I said in the very beginning about my own internal struggle with my identity and trying to discover who I am and how I fit in as being a multi-ethnic person. Because I think the same is true of Latin American countries today. Several are still struggling to find their identity, to know who they are and how to balance their customs and traditions with society's expectations of them. Specifically, I'd like to discuss Mexico because of my familial ties there. Almost 500 years ago, when the Europeans colonized the people of the Aztec and Mayan empires, they were expected to assimilate to the European culture. They lost their identity. They lost their language, they lost their religions, they lost their clothing. And that's even true today with globalization. The country is expected to assimilate to modern cultures such as the United States. I think of tourism, and I think of an American tourist going to Mexico who wants to buy a souvenir. They want to buy a local art piece like a ring or a blanket or a necklace, but they want to transact in dollars, and they want to make the transaction in English, and then they want to go to McDonald's for lunch afterwards. The country is struggling to find how it can fit in, how it can balance its tradition and its heritage, but also fit in with modern day society's expectations. They're trying to figure out how they fit in to the United States workforce. The United States sends so many companies down to the country for labor, but yet when the labor wants to come into the United States, it's frowned upon, whether it be undocumented or legal. I think the big struggle for countries such as Mexico is that they need to find their identity and that they need to know who their identity is and who they are as a people, as a country. And at that point, they'll be able to be strong, they'll be able to be confident, and they'll be able to be the country that they are meant to be instead of what another country expects them.